Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, Bernie Vision Television. First I would like to apologize for the video that you may see somewhere after this one, because it will be called Random Goofiness. Sometimes I have my moments where I just want to laugh, things catch me off guard, and it be so freaking hilarious to me. And I just can't help it. And I wanted to share that with you all. So forgive me for that. But the purpose of this here video is a response to MinnPam's video on this whole Ray Rice thing. Now, I am making this response video simply because me and MinnPam, that's my auntie. I call her my auntie. We have two totally different views on this Ray Rice thing. I think that's his name. Anyway, it don't matter to me. But when I told her that I totally disagree with her, but I, honor and respect her opinion, she was like, I said, well, I'm going to have to do a video. She said, well, yeah, girl, go and do that, because maybe I can add insight to go along with what she said. So, this is just my opinion on the whole situation. My opinion. That's it. As far as, I'm going to start off with, first of all, you need to go watch her side of her opinion. You need to go watch her video and see her thoughts on, I believe her the video is called Knocked Her Out, or something like that. Something about being knocked out. Where basically she feels as though he was fined back in February sometime, January, March, in May, I believe it was. Sometime back then he was fined for it, suspended from 2 games or 2 days or something like that, and they let it go. And she said, she's trying to understand why they want to bring up the video now and fire him now 6 months, 6, 7, 8, 9, however many months it is after the situation hit the fan. And, they need counseling, this, then the third. Number one, I do agree with the fact that I believe he needs counseling. But I feel like she thinks that he should not have got fired. I totally 100% disagree with that. I feel like Ray should be locked up, put in the basement of the jailhouse, and he should never be able to play anything. He should not even be able to sit in front of the TV screen and play the NFL game. Simple as that. Now, my reason behind that is simple. Like MinnPam said, it's kind of something she did to herself. 9 times out of 10, it was not the first time he ever hit her. And then a month later, she went ahead and married him. Okay, you know what? That's your fault. And the way I feel about stuff like that is, if you're gonna, I can only tell you so many times, girl, you need to leave him alone. Girl, you need to stop, because he whooping your ass. But after 2, 3 times of telling you, if you don't listen, I ain't got nothing else to say, because you like it, I love it. So yeah, she brought it on herself. She chose to marry him. Now she all up on the internet talking about she's upset with the media and all this, then the third, because they done brought it up and they talking about it. Fool, it's really, y'all brought this on y'allself. Number one. That's number one. As far as him losing his job, I feel very strongly about that, simply because if first let's do this. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. It's just I got so much going on in my mind. Now, Pam said, she wondering why he's getting fired now and why they just bring this video out. Well, to our knowledge, this is the first time that anybody has seen the footage from inside the elevator. The footage was released back in February of him dragging her out of the elevator, but nobody knew what went on inside of the elevator. So the NFL is basically saying, yeah, all we saw was him dragging her out of the elevator. We didn't know what happened. We didn't even know if she was really knocked out, because she was out for maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes. But she did get up and grab her stuff like nothing had happened. So, of course, they didn't know what transpired inside the elevator. So that is why he was only fined and suspended for 2 days. Because for all they know, all they seen was him drag her out the elevator. Nobody had any solid proof or evidence as to whether he hit her or not. This video of inside the elevator was just released, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Either way it goes, it was just released this week. That is why he got fired. Now the controversy with that is, I seen on Twitter some man that had something to do with the NFL, which he probably ready to get fired too, because he tweeted a comment and was like, well, y'all really need to think about it. He basically said, think about it. Ray didn't get fired when the NFL seen the tape. He got fired when y'all seen the tape, as in the public. When the public seen the tape, that's the way he was looking at it. But the NFL is sticking to the fact that they did not see the inside of this elevator. Nobody saw, air quotes, nobody saw the inside of this elevator. That's fine. We'll let this slide because, you know, sometimes things do get a bumbled and a jumbled. TMZ, for all we know, TMZ could have had the tape all this long time. Or whoever had the tape held on to the tape until you give me $2 million. It's just that simple these days. It's all about the money. Because if I got the tape, if I had the tape, you would have to give me at least $1 million for me to give you the tape. So I would have held it too until you gave me my money. It's simple as that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The tape is out now. Ray has been fired. As far as him being fired, I feel like he should most definitely be fired. Because if, number one, like my girlfriend was saying, they have already said within the last year or so that the NFL and the NBA and all these activities need to increase the punishment for crimes of this nature. Because I don't think that it is fair at all for the crime of an athlete or the crime of a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, to be overlooked simply because they are who they are. Because if that was a, say for instance, it was a janitor at Bill Gates' office building that punched his girlfriend, hell, he didn't even have to knock her out. If a janitor at Bill Gates' office building punched somebody, he would be fired and put up under the jail. So I don't think it's fair that they overlook these things just because people have money. I don't think it's right. It's not fair. Now, I also feel like he should have been fired because if his wife does not have the common sense to realize what is going on in her life and what is being done to her, then somebody needs to divert all the attention to the person that's giving this pain. Because now he sees where, you know, maybe he thinking in his mind, well, shit, I shouldn't have hit her. Exactly. You shouldn't have put your fucking hands on her. I don't give two hot, I don't know. It's just too much for me. But it's just too much. If I get mad at you and I smack you, yes, Pam, I feel you with the you can't run up to a fight expecting not to fight. But she never smacked him in the face. It was a chest push. Like, you know how you push somebody on the chest like that. That's what she did to him. She did absolutely nothing that deserved the hit that he gave her. And watching that video and watching it over and over and over again, because that's all they've been showing on TV, I can't really say that he balled up his fist and punched her because it happened so quick. I believe he smacked the shit out of her. Excuse the language in this video. But I believe he smacked the shit out of her, and the only thing that knocked her out was that ball that was in the elevator. But at the same token, you should have never hit her that hard. And there's nothing you can tell me or anybody that can tell me that can justify him being able to keep his job, making that amount of money, being the beater that he is. I mean, it's just plain and simple. Now, I can speak from domestic violence. I'm not going to say that I have ever been domestically. I have never been on the other side. basically. I don't know. Let me just break it down. It's like this. I was with a guy for 9+ years. And he was never my guy. But we just had that understanding. Now, throughout these 9 years, I can recall 3 separate women. Not instances. Because if I count the instances, it goes beyond 3. But I can recall 3 different women that was abused by the hand of this man. So, I mean, at first it was kind of like, yo, why you beating on these women like that? That shit ain't right. It's crazy. And one of them happened to be, it's going to sound crazy, but that's a whole nother story, neither here nor there. But one of them was supposed to be like a bestie of mine. And I used to tell her all the time, like, at first I didn't even like the dude, because I'm like, girl, this dude is like, no, I'm coming home from work, we got holes in the wall. Because he didn't put you through the wall. Like, that's stupid. But after about 2 to 3 weeks of me talking and talking and talking, I'm tired of talking. I can't talk no more. If you like it, I love it. So, at some point, me and him became friends. Blah, 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 in the third. They ended. Oh, well, boom. It's neither here nor there. 9 years in a relationship with this dude. He's still putting his hands on other females. But you best believe, never on this one. No. No, you can't do it. See, a man knows who he can and who he cannot do it to. He know. So that's why I said 9 times out of 10, he had already previously put his hands on her before. And she just overlooked it and went on with life. And she's still there. They're still together. So he understands, like, oh, well, I can do this again. I can keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Because she don't care. She's not going to go nowhere. Obviously, she's not going anywhere because she married him after a month. Stupid. So at the end of the day, if she can't help herself, then somebody needs to show him that you cannot continue to do this. And the way I see it, if they had just went on with the slap on the wrist and a little fine and the 2-day suspension, then 3 months from now, some other football player get mad at his wife, knock her out, kick her in the stomach, punch her down the steps, do all this, then the third to her. Then what is he going to be expecting, class? He's going to be expecting the same thing. A slap on the wrist and a fine. So if us as women can't look out for ourselves, then someone needs to assist and aid so that maybe it will not happen again. Because if it continues to happen and nobody never gets in trouble for it, then it will continue to happen. It will be a never-ending story. So for us women, if these women can't stand up and stick up for the fact that you're not going to put your hands on me, you're not going to beat on me, you're not going to keep hitting on me, then the men need to be held accountable for the things that they do. And maybe at some point, the men will say, well, hey, hitting you is not that important when I need to go to work and make this $40 million this year. You heard me? Yes. You need to go to work, baby. Don't hit me. Go to work. It's very simple. Like, I don't know. I'm so ecstatic that they did this and actually fired him, because this has been numerous amounts of cases where there has been domestic violence, DUIs and drunk driving and all this, then the third, fights and so forth and so on, whatever. And they get these people a slap on the wrist and let them turn around and come back to work the next day. But if it's a nigga from the street, or a hood nigga, or dealing with some, I ain't even going there with y'all right now today, but if it was somebody like that that's making minimum wage an hour, they would be fired, sent to jail. End of the story. So I don't think Ray should have been treated no differently. That is my take on Ray being fired. Ray, if you happen to watch this video, there's one person that feels you should have been fired. You should be locked up. You should be put in jail. And your wife should be put in a straitjacket because she is fucking crazy. Because I'm trying to tell you, when I got up off that floor, the last thing you would have been worried about is going to work. Talk to you ladies later. Bye.